Welcome back to Gero Dynamics. Okay, let's just make a quick little video here. I do have to head out. I have a busy day, but I finally was able to watch the debate from last night, and yeah, it was really bad for Biden. Trump made some mistakes too, of course, but Biden from the beginning of the debate looked like we expected him to look at the end of the debate. He looked tired. He sounded sluggish. He was slurring. It just it seemed like maybe because I was almost 100% sure when they said he was not going to take a drug test, that he would be high as a kite and would be out there just spry and just like super energetic at the beginning, and then maybe kind of slow down towards the end, kind of like the State of the Union speech. That's what I was expecting. It seems like even though he turned down the drug test, because obviously he did, but but it seemed like even though he turned down the drug test, it seems like he showed up maybe not on his usual cocktail, or it's just not working as well. Whatever that happens to be, he was struggling the whole night. Some people say he got better as it went, but I really felt like he was even getting a little worse as the night went on. He had definitely like slower moments and moments where he was stuttering more and moments where he just kind of froze up. And just other than the way he presented himself, which was really terrible, he just did not handle the questions well. He did not respond to Trump well. He did not push back on anything really Trump said. Not anything, there was a few moments, but for the most part he didn't push back on Trump. And it just was a weak debate performance for him. Trump had some really, really good moments. The whole I don't know what he just said, but I don't think he knows what he just said either was really good. And then, just his answers to most of the questions. Now, some of the questions he could have answered stronger, and I think he used his pivots kind of weirdly. You could have had like better moments where you answered the question so that it doesn't look like you're dodging the question, and then pivot, because the answer, it could just been a short, quick response to the actual question, and then pivot to other issues that you wanted to talk about. It seemed like sometimes he would pivot and then go back to answering the question, which shows that he has a better functioning mind, that he remembers the question and can go back to it. But sometimes he didn't go back to the question. So I think he should have just the plan should have been answer the question as briefly, succinctly, and strongly as possible, and then move on to the other issues that they're not going to bring up. That would have been a better strategy in all of the questions, instead of just doing that in most of the questions, which he did. He did it in most of the questions. He handled them well. There were just some that it seemed like he could have done a better job of answering the question right off the bat. Okay. So the aftermath of this debate, they have to replace Biden. It seems like the media is moving in that direction. His colleagues are moving in that direction. There's a few people who are holding on to that power, because they know once he's gone, they're gone, like his wife, like Kamala Harris. These are people that are going to not say that he should resign, but pretty much everybody else is saying, yeah, he should pull out and we should replace him. And that's what I think is going to happen. It's just going to take some time, and they're not going to want to reveal that hand too soon. I would imagine it has to take place at the convention, though, the Democrat convention. We shall see. I guess technically they could do it after, but I would imagine that we will see that happen by or at the Democratic convention. And so we'll see who they pull. I think their best chance, and really kind of the only candidate they could get if they really did not want Trump to win. But, I'm kind of torn on that, because if they really didn't want Trump to win, they would just leave Biden there and just deal with it. They would be all like, look, we don't want to tarnish any of our other candidates. We're going to send Biden to slaughter. He's going to get beat. We're going to have to deal with Trump for 4 years and then start over. I think that might still be an option for them. You would think if they would replace Biden, they'd do it with someone that they really do think can beat him, or someone else that they don't care if they lose, but has a better chance. Maybe they think that's Hillary. Maybe they think, Biden just can't beat Trump. Hillary probably won't beat Trump, but it doesn't really hurt like one of their future candidates if Hillary gets trotted out there one more time and tries to beat him. I highly doubt they're going to send Gavin Newsom out there like some people are saying. They have strong hopes for him in the future, I'm sure, even though he is destroying my state. And so I really don't think it'll be him. It could still be Michelle Obama, but I highly doubt it. I don't think she wants to do it. That's also someone, maybe give her more time. She could be a future candidate for them if she really wanted to be. Throwing her out there at the last minute's probably not doing her any favors, and not doing anybody else really any favors either. But no, the real choice is RFK. RFK Jr. He is running as an independent. They could run, not walk to him, run to him as fast as possible, beg him to drop the independent run and take the nomination of the Democratic Party. And that's really their only real shot of beating Trump in this election. That's my position on it. I really think that other than doing that, they don't have a chance. But I don't think they will do that. I think they are, they're too far gone from RFK. There's too big of a divide between someone who is really like the epitome of a traditional liberal, who would be considered far too moderate, or even some would call him right-wing, at this point in the Democratic Party, because he is he's not a progressive. He is a traditional liberal, cares about civil liberties, cares about peace in the world instead of, wanting to make sure we have to fight Russia and China and North Korea and everybody else in the world. For some reason, that's a progressive thing these days. He is a peace-loving, environmentally friendly, I guess you could say moderate at this point, moderate Democrat, even though he has left the party because, honestly, they left him. He is a traditional liberal. He cares about freedom of speech. He cares about most of our civil liberties. He's still weak on the Second Amendment. He tries to say he's not, but I don't see that. He still wants to spend quite a bit. He just wants to spend it on different things than the current Democratic Party. So I kind of can't get with him on that. But I do agree with him on a lot of stuff, and that's kind of saying something considering I am, more of a conservative libertarian, more on the right wing of what I consider our political spectrum here in the United States. Many would call me an extremist. I don't shun the term for being compared to the current Democrat Party, progressives. I am extremely right of those, so there is that. But I also don't see that people like that Nazis and things like that are on my side. I see them as extremists. I just see them more left wing. And you can disagree with me, but when I tell you that I am extremely far away from those, then that's what you should see. I do not agree with anything coming from that wing. And neither does RFK. RFK is more of a small government liberal, but not a small government liberal. You know what I'm saying? he would like to see the military reduced in size. I would like to see the military reduced in size, but he wants to transfer the money from the military to projects, which is better, to a certain degree, but is not where we are in this country. We need to cut spending. We need to reduce the size of government, not just transfer it around. This is turning into me like arguing against RFK. Here's the thing. I like him. I like him a lot. I just disagree with him on a lot of things. And if the Democrat Party switched to him, I would be extremely over the moon happy, because then, at that point we will not have Biden again. We will either have Trump or RFK, and both of those are improvements. That's how I see it. I would be happy because both options would be improvements. If RFK is the nominee, I am probably going to vote for Trump. I'm just, it kind of depends on things moving forward, but I think that RFK would be a much better choice. I would be very happy about that. And then if he doesn't, if Biden stays in the race and we have a choice between Biden, Trump, RFK Jr., and Chase Oliver, and there's some other candidates, but those are the four that I recognize. If that's my choice, I'm probably voting for Trump. That's where I am right now. But I do have a caveat to that. I'm in California, and if we're looking at polls where RFK Jr. is in striking distance of taking California from Biden, which I believe that you're going to see polls that are crazy, that are kind of looking like that Biden could pull the election, or RFK Jr. could pull the election from Biden. Not that he's only pulling votes from Biden, he is also pulling votes from Trump. I'm just saying, in a state here where, we're most likely the state's going to go to Biden. If it's looking like there's any chance that RFK Jr. might beat Biden, I'd vote for RFK Jr. here in California. Just throwing it out there. All right, everybody, this is longer than I wanted it to be. The debate was pretty crazy. What do you guys think about what happened? Do you think there'll be another one? Do you think they'll pull him out? What do you think's going on? Also, getting really close to 100 subscribers, which is really cool. I'm getting a couple more, periodically. I would be shocked if I got to 100, but here we are. We're creeping up on it. 97, I think, is where we last stand. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. So like and subscribe, comment. I'd love to have conversations. I have a giant RFK comment under my RFK platform video. I may make a video about that, just not today. All right, everybody, leave a comment. Maybe you'll get a video too. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good day.